When I was 4, I was diagnosed with a stomach condition. At that time, very little data existed on it because only about 20 to 40 out of every 100,000 people were diagnosed. You caught me. I was one of the lucky ones. There were days where it affected me so much that I physically couldn't walk. I even ended up needing a 504 plan because of how much school I had to miss. If you can believe it, I was almost at the max amount of days you can legally miss. And even though there was medication for my condition, it only lessened the effects. It was said to have no cure. I thought I would have it for the rest of my life. So I grew to learn to make that pain a normal part of my life. At the time, I was a lukewarm Christian. I had been praying to be healed, but it never worked. So I eventually gave up on praying. I couldn't understand why God wouldn't heal me from something that affected me so much. I started doubting God more than I ever had before. Then one day, a pastor from my old church asked me if it was okay if the whole church prayed over me to be healed. At this point, I had no hope that this would work, since I had been praying to be healed for years at this point. But I knew them praying over me couldn't make anything worse, so I let them. Then a few months later, the usual trip to Boston Children's Hospital came around, which usually came with a bunch of tests just to make sure I still had the condition. When the doctor came in after the test, his face was different than usual. He looked relieved and shocked. He then proceeded to tell me and my parents that the test came back negative and that it was a miracle. Looking back, this showed me that even when I had lost hope, God never gave up on me, which reminded me of Isaiah 41:10. Don't be afraid, for I am with you. Don't be discouraged, for I am your God. I will strengthen you and help you. I will hold you up with my victorious right hand.